Day 75 to the glory of God. And it is our long distance. And so talking progressive overload, like we did the last two conditioning days, I'll call these conditioning days or aerobic days. So this is, you're adding 2 minutes a week. Just try to add 2 minutes per week if you can, if you want to fill that hour, right? If you add 2 minutes per week, only 30 weeks and you've hit 60 minutes. Once you've filled that hour, well, now your goal is to try to go a little bit faster for a little bit further for that hour. But think about this. This is a great way to do the progressive overload. So it'll be 60 minutes. Try to, if you have a heart rate monitor, try to keep your heart rate at a certain level. So anywhere between like 130, 160, just depending on your age and depending on your conditioning. But you'll know like what feels good, what doesn't feel like you're out of control. It feels like, oh yeah, I could do this consistently. The way that I do it, I used to do heart rate all the time, but actually I prefer breath rate. So as long as I can keep a rhythmic breath rate that goes in rhythm with my movement. And so like I'll be, right foot, left foot, right foot, right. In, out, out, in, out, out, in, out, out, in, out, out. And as long as I can keep that breath rate rhythmic like that, right? My goal is to go a little bit faster while maintaining a controlled breath, right? Or controlled breathing. So you're still breathing heavy, and you still might feel a little bit of muscular engagement, muscular fatigue, but nothing where it's like, oh man, if I keep running like this, I'm going to have to quit, right? It's like, oh, I could keep running like this for quite a long period of time. So think about that. Think about trying to increase the distance in your 60 minutes, whether it's an out and back or it's rounds, circles around somewhere or something like that. So maybe it's an out and a back and then a little bit out again. And then you can walk back and kind of cool down and all of that. And then maybe it's an out and back and out and then back again. And then you cool down, right? And so your goal is to slowly increase the distance over that 60-minute period of time. And the fact that you've made 60 minutes would be just incredible. If, of course, you have an hour. If you don't have an hour, well, how do you do endurance and aerobic training in 10 minutes? Well, you just do 10 minutes of it. You're going to go as far as you can, as fast as you can in 10 minutes. And you're just going to keep trying to increase that. But it's the same thing. It's using still breath control, controlled breath, controlled movements, things like that. But obviously 10 minutes isn't really building a robust endurance and aerobic system, but it's way better than sitting, because sitting does the opposite. It's going to actually destroy your aerobic and endurance and system. So I love you and I'm praying for you.